How much can an artist realistically expect to earn from streaming on major platforms?
Almost nothing.
Would fame still matter as much under a sound money standard, i.e., some of the stunts that Kanye pulls?
I am the wrong person to ask about Kanye.
If Bitcoin were a genre of music, what would it be and why?
For me, Bitcoin would be hip hop, but particularly hip hop released in 1993.
Keep 'em cold till I'm old. I don't plan to blow my load. Wallet so blue, if you know, you know. It's better than bonds, better than gold. Finna reap up what I sow. If it money can't keep up, it gets sold. How many times you been told? DCA's the way to go. Higher highs, higher lows. Every year my network grows. Every day my network grows. Running relays, running nodes. Yeah. Dollar a day's a minimum. Stats, zap sats. Any fear I get, flipping them.
Serene Sass, very serene, very cool.
Try to be.
Thank you for being on Ask a Bitcoiner 21 Questions. Now we will do the lightning round, which is 21 questions in 10 minutes. Before we start, can you reintroduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, everybody. My name is Serene Sass. I am the founder and CEO of Conscious Music Group.
Amazing. So the timer is set to 10 minutes here. I think you can see that. I will ask the first question and then I'll start the timer. Do you have any questions for me before we start?
No, let's go.
Let's go. Okay, first question. If Bitcoin were a genre of music, what would it be and why?
For me, Bitcoin would be hip hop. But particularly hip hop released in 1993. And I say that because 93 was a very pivotal year in hip hop. And like some of the most pivotal hip hop albums of all time came out. Wu-Tang, Snoop, Ice Cube, Queen Latifah, Diggable Planets, so many others. I think LL Cool J, Wu-Tang, I mean, just some of the most pivotal albums of our time. But particularly in 93, hip hop was this thing, and many of those artists are representative of, taking a different pathway in life. They had all been really come from marginalized communities, almost all of them. And through their music and through their art had forged a new pathway for themselves and really, empowered themselves, their families, their community. And many of them are still doing amazing things today. So I feel like that's what it would have been, 93 hip hop.
I'm sucking into your time, but 2 or 3 weeks ago, KRS-One was here in Geneva and we went to see him perform. And I was like, wow, he's about positivity, like a message.
Yep. I mean, that type of conscious hip hop, he's a genius and a legend. And, there's just, I could talk about hip hop all day long. So, but yeah.
Which emerging market should we be watching in terms of music innovation?
It's a hard one because for me, it's never about one market or one country. It's the fact that the playing field has not been level. So there's still been geniuses in all of these places that we probably don't hear about so much because they haven't had access to the same things that we do, in the Western world. So, but for me, the region of West Africa is something that I hold close to my heart. The music that comes out from there. There was a very famous interview between Quincy Jones and Kendrick Lamar, and Quincy had said to him, where does hip hop come from? And Kendrick had said, well, it comes from Compton, comes from the streets. And Quincy had said, it actually comes from Africa. It comes from parts of Africa, the poets, the ones that kind of hand down the knowledge through their storytelling. And that's kind of where hip hop started from. So.
How much can an artist realistically expect to earn from streaming on major platforms?
Almost nothing.
If you didn't live in Ibiza, where would you want to live?
I've been in Ibiza, living on an island for 4.5 years now. I will never go back to living in a city. I used to live in New York and I used to live in London. I'd probably maybe Costa Rica, something like that. But island life is the best.
Would fame still matter as much under a sound money standard, i.e., some of the stunts that Kanye pulls?
I am the wrong person to ask about Kanye completely, but I don't think fame has anything to do with it, to be quite honest. I think some people are just doing what they're doing because they want fame and they want money, and other people do what they do because they want to better the world and they want to empower themselves or their families. And so I think it changes in that way, but you're still going to have people that just want to be famous for the sake of being famous, whether they're musicians or anyone else in the world.
When did you first realize that you wanted to work in music?
I think probably when I was born, but I think my dad probably played Miles Davis's Kind of Blue while my mum was pregnant, and that album is just embedded in my soul. But I never thought I was creative. I was smart, academically smart, so I didn't think I could really be in music in the way that I am now. And that's why I'm excited about what we've been talking about, this afternoon, because it enables anyone to not think they're not creative. Now anyone can be creative. So music is the greatest art form in the world.
Mm-hmm. What's the most memorable experience you've had collaborating with another artist?
So many great experiences, and maybe the one I'll talk about, it might take a minute though, because this really was a beautiful experience. So I have worked with Bob Marley's family for some time, and I was sitting at the house of Cedella Marley, who is the mother of Skip Marley, Bob Marley's eldest daughter. Cedella is a great friend, mentor. She sits on our advisory board at Conscious, and she's a badass. Just love her, love her, love her. And I am telling her and Skip, and Skip was young back then. He was maybe about 19 or something, and he'd had an album out, and he just had written a song called Refugee, about the refugee crisis. And I was saying to them, I've just been introduced to this hip hop refugee artist who's living in a refugee camp just outside of Berlin. He's from Syria. He fled Syria. And that's where he's landed. And I'm about to fly there next week or the week after to go meet him and do some recording. Wow. And Skip was like, oh my God, can you get him on my record, please? And I was like, okay, I'll ask him. Let's see. So I flew to Berlin, met him for the first time. He came. We got him from the refugee camp on a train into Berlin, into the recording studio. We spent 4 days with him. We worked together very closely to this day. He's an amazing artist called Damascus Voice. And I talked to him about Skip's record. He did a verse on Skip's record. We played it to the UN. We got invited to perform it for World Children's Day, which was just before lockdown happened. David Beckham introduced the performance because he's a Goodwill ambassador.
Wow.
Skip was performing it. We had they'd organised for the youth choir from Staten Island to come and support it. So they even had a mini Skip with dreads, like an 11-year-old young man who was singing the song with dreadlocks. And it was just this beautiful moment. And then we went back after we'd finished the performance. We couldn't get Damascus Voice to New York at that time. We tried to get his paperwork and his visa, but we were in crazy times back then in 2019, end of 2019, beginning of 2020. So we've got this footage of Skip and Damascus FaceTiming, and Damascus is in the camp, the refugee camp outside of Berlin, and Skip and him, it's like this bromance because they were the same age. They're the same age. They're both saying, thanks for coming on my record, man. No, man, thanks for having me. It was just a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Musicians, they speak their own language, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, Wavelake Zap. So find a song that you like on Wavelake and zap 21 sats, and then show confirmation. I'm going to do it with you.
Okay, excellent. It will have to be to Quex because we are the reason, he's the reason that we are talking.
Yep.
And absolutely love him. He's doing amazing things in music.
So his profile on Wavelake for everyone to see, Men Like Quakes. And we shall, Bitcoin Arusha, here we go.
We need to do that song for sure because he is doing amazing things in his home city of Arusha.
So Zap, here we go. That's the screen to Zap. And let's send it 21. And my message is going to be AAB.
That is
there we
screen,
go.
21.
Q. And Zap. Publish comment. So the Zap is going through. Send.
Did my Zap go through?
Bam.
It'll come a bit behind you. 1 second. I believe that I might have messed this up.
And the clock is still ticking.
But I know, I'm really sure. I know. No, we're gonna run out of time. I did. So I went here. I did click on here.
Yep.
Oh, maybe. No,
then 21.
No. The screen is here. One moment.
Yeah.
Love you, bro.
There you go.
And let's zap. Okay.
And you hit bada bing, bada boom. Okay.
There you go.
Nice. There we go. Okay. 36 seconds. Okay, it'll be one question left. It's worth it for Quakes, though. Do you think who do you think is the most underrated artist right now?
Umi from Dakar in Senegal. She is an amazing singer, amazing rapper. We are putting out some new music with her. She is going to be global. She's incredible. So I'm super excited about her, and she's very underrated right now.
Nice. Which artist released the song 21 Questions?
50 Cent and Nate Dogg.
That's timer. Very well done. We didn't get through all of them, but I think we got through the good ones, and we zapped Quakes. So Umi will have to be on Wave Lake and Noster and Fountain as well, so we can all collectively
planning it
zap
all.
her.
Planning it all right now. We can't wait to get her out to kind of the rest of the world. She's done amazing stuff in Senegal, in Dakar right now, but the sky's the limit. And with all of this technology, bringing it all together, what we're also doing a lot at Conscious is finding really key spokespeople in like musicians that can really talk about this. She has quite a big following out there already, but she can talk about it to her community and really start helping educate people. So awesome.
Amazing. Well, thank you for playing my little game. Can you remind people where they can find you, or perhaps artists that you would like to promote?
Absolutely. We're still kind of, as I said, in the launch phase, but the Conscious Music Group.digital is our website that we have. You can go there and you can click on any of the artists, and will take you to their social media page. But I will say we're in this big transition where hopefully we will only be in the new on the new platforms that make a difference going forward, and just that's where we're going to be building our community. So look out for us on Primal and Nostar and all those platforms.
I'll be sure to share your NPubs everywhere. Thank you so much, Serene. You are Serene.
Thank you so much.
Keys. Yeah. Man like Quakes. Man like who? Yeah. Takes her Bitcoin off exchanges under self-custody. She runs her own node, providing liquidity. Yeah, she got her own keys. She got her own keys. She got her own keys. Yeah, she got her own keys. 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 Yeah, she got her own keys.